Dimensions by Softube is, in my opinion, an utility to give you a handful of characterful reverbs to mix with. It almost feels like a sort of best-of Softube reverbs type of plugin. But the biggest obstacle to get this plugin is the intro price. It's 99 bucks, and in this very competitive space this will be very hard to justify. Nevertheless, we will take a look at it and maybe you will like it very much. Hopefully it will be on sale later this year. You install the plugin through the Softube licenser as per usual. Now, the first thing that will attract the attention is the big display in the middle. This one is informative only, you cannot interact with it. But that said, it is not gimmicky. Every change in the plugin you do will be displayed. On the X and Y axis you have the level and frequency, and on the Z axis, so the depth, you'll see the changes which happen over time. Very handy with a time-based effect like this reverb. The plugin is divided in 3 parts. On the left you find the reverb models, in the middle global controls, and on the right a dedicated shimmer effect and output controls. We'll check these later in the video, but first we go over the most important part of the plugin, and that are the Reverb Sounds. There are 6 base reverb models, each with their own dedicated set of controls, and some have extra model choices. Let's use a hand clap for this first check. This way you can really hear the character of each reverb. Dimensions is set to fully wet with the default reverb settings. That's a 3 seconds reverb time. Here they are. This was more of an artificial test. Let's do it again with an acoustic guitar. I'll start with the dry wet set around 60% and a reverb time of around 2 seconds. I'll play with some of the settings per reverb to show how it sounds. Before we continue with dimensions on a vocal, I will use it on my voice during the sponsored segment of this video. And please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little like button to stay up to date on the latest new plugins. DistroKid is a popular choice for musicians looking to get their music onto streaming platforms like Tidal and Apple Music. It's fast, easy to use, affordable, and you get unlimited uploads. Plus, with DistroKid, you'll keep 100% of the royalties you earn. Give it a try and see why so many artists are using DistroKid to distribute their music. What's good with Dimensions is whatever you have set for the central panel, shimmer and output, that these will not change when you change the reverb type. This is not always a given with reverb plugins. This means you can easily flip between the reverb types and find the right sounding one for your audio track. Let me show you that on a vocal.
Every night alone, it's so hard to keep out all of my ghosts. They all know me better than you ever did, sir. I'm so over it, over it. Slowly we're just fading. Every night alone, it's so hard to keep out all of my ghosts. They all know me better than you ever did, sir. I'm so over it, over it. Slowly we're just fading. Every night alone, it's so hard to keep out all of my ghosts. They all know me better than you ever did, sir. I'm so over it, over. Slowly we're just fading. Every night alone, it's so hard to keep out all of my ghosts. They all know me better than you ever did, sir. I'm so over it. Every night alone, it's so hard to keep out all of my ghosts. They all know me better than you ever did, sir. I'm so over it. Every night alone, it's so hard to keep out all of my ghosts. They all know me better than you ever did, sir. I'm so over it. Every night alone, it's so hard to keep out all of my ghosts. They all know me better than you ever did, sir. I'm so over it. Alone, it's so hard to keep out all of my ghosts. They all know me better than you ever did, sir. I'm so over it.
Dimensions comes with a shimmer effect, but I have some issues with it. For some reason, it does not quite sound right to me on quite a few sources. I get better results by simply using a pitched up version of the original through Dimensions. Now, since Softube did think of a shimmer effect, I find it weird that Softube did not think of a ducking function. I personally can live without it. You can simply apply some sidechain ducking with another plugin. But I know some users really like ducking in a reverb plugin, and I think for a plugin released in 2025, developers should include it. The output gives you high and low pass filters. And you can set the width. You can set it to mono, but also increase the stereo width where, pushed to max, you are only left with the sides signal. Fully sides has little use when you use the reverb 100% wet, but when you use it as a blend with the original signal, you get the reverb only on the sides and the original audio on the mid, for instance. This can give a bit of stereo separation, but use with care. Dimensions is very CPU light. It's around 1 to 2% on my system with zero latency. That is nice. This new Softube release is very capable and will give you a handful of very characterful reverbs to use in your mix. The biggest hurdle to get it will be the intro price. Nevertheless, try it out to find out if it fits in your audio tool shed.